Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of October 23rd to the 29th, 2023. First card out for you is Never Ending Story, and this came out for another sign this week as well. And this kind of talks about having the same issue come up again, or being very worried. I'm seeing being very worried that the same issue is going to come back up. This is really specific. I am picking up someone here may be worried that their spouse or a family member is going to end up back in the hospital for the same issue again, or like it's going to come back, something's going to come back, or it's not gone, and you really worry about this. If that is you, I would highly recommend doing some counseling, because your energy, what I'm picking up on is that you are so much more stressed than you realize. Also doing like some sort of body work, whether that is yoga, stretching, or something like that, because like your body itself is carrying so much stress, if that's you. And like you may not realize it, but you're having anxiety and panic attacks, which you may wonder, how do you not know that you're having an anxiety or panic attack? You'd be surprised, okay? In my past, it took me like literally like having 7 panic attacks a day to be like, you know what, maybe this isn't normal. Maybe I need, some help here. I don't know. So, because especially if it builds up gradually, like the stress builds up gradually, you don't realize the shift, and until one day you're like, wow, I'm anxious all the time. Like I'm stressed all the time. My body is sore all the time. I wonder why. And it's like, no duh, because you're literally stressed out. So, I don't know. I am seeing something similar for a lot of you guys here. It's like you're worried about the same thing happening. I'm seeing a lot of people here, multiple people here watching, who may be afraid that the same thing's going to happen in your romantic relationship. So maybe you were cheated on, maybe, something happened, maybe you ended up with someone whose parents hated you, or they never introduced you to anyone and they just wasted your time, whatever. And you're afraid that the same thing's going to happen if you open your heart back up again. It's something like that, where you're afraid of being in the same situation again. You don't want it to happen again. So yeah, I don't know. The energy oracle this week is the Temple Path in reversed, with the number 12. 12 and 37 may be significant numbers. And I'm going to read this for you from the book. I don't know. I've been doing that for other signs, so I figured why not continue. So receiving this card reversed is a sign that you may have fallen off of your path. You could be too focused on worldly possessions and material gain, or you may simply be maintaining old, unhealthy habits of fear, limitations, doubt, and worry. And that sentence is so important. You're maintaining old, unhealthy habits because you have the Never Ending Story card that came out with that. So it's like, what are you still holding on to? Like the past fears. If you get readings a lot, if you watch a lot of YouTube readings, you may have had a lot of readings talking about your past, and you may be thinking, I'm not talking to any exes, I'm not still involved in the past, why does the past keep coming up? I'm seeing that for some of you. And the reason why the past keeps coming up in your readings, or like in themes around you, is because you have fears of past situations, past pains that you experienced, to reemerge in new scenarios or with new people or in your future. So it's causing you a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. So Spirit wants to clarify, okay, because for some of you, like you've been wondering, why does the past keep coming up? Like, why does this keep coming up? Like, I'm not worried about the past. And it's like, yes, but it still subconsciously kind of haunts you as a fear. And you may need to do some internal healing work with that. Some of my favorite things to do to process old fears is journaling every single day. And I journal a lot. I do 3 huge pages a day. I force myself to do it. And when I feel myself resisting it or getting distracted, like, oh, I just don't have anything to write about, like that is the exact moment you need to keep writing, because that is when some profound, life-changing epiphanies will come through when you force it out. When your body, mind, and soul is ready to heal something, you might experience so much resistance to it. Oh my gosh. I was just talking to another light worker today, actually, about Mars, the god, because I started working with him a lot recently. And I was telling him, like, I always resisted working with him because he's the god of war. Like, who wants to work with the god of war? But in my astrology chart, my Mars placement is very weak. So I'm like, I feel so resisted. I'm resisting working with this God, with this spirit, this deity as a teacher. But like that very resistance is showing that he has probably the most to teach me. And it's true. I've been working with him for literally like only a week or two now. And oh my gosh, the amount of epiphanies that I had about major issues, like all in my, it's almost like I opened my eyes to things that I was ignoring previously. It was crazy. So whenever you have resistance, there's usually a lot of healing there. Whatever is distracting you, receiving this card reversed is a firm message that it's time to make your spiritual life and evolution a much higher priority. Not doing so represents an important loss of power. So clear your mind, meditate, and open up to the presence of spirit. Whatever else you may have going on. By the way, I have a perpetually itchy nose. I explained this to the other group. It's itching today. Don't mind me. It's not my nose ring, so don't even comment that. Where was I at? Not doing so represents an important loss of power, so clear your mind, meditate, and open up to the presence of spirit. Whatever else you may have going on, consider this an important part of your personal and tactical plans. The support and inspiration of all eternity and countless loving spirits are available to you. Not turning to them is like cursing the dark when you refuse to turn on the lights. And what you should affirm at this time is, I open my heart to my spiritual truth and a deeper connection with spirit. Guidance and inspiration come freely and easily to me. Next, you have the card migration coming through. Okay, some sort of changes happening in your life. There is a lot of migrations going on at the time of this reading. All of the birds are starting to fly south. I've been noticing in my area, you hear the honks of the Canadian geese, the honk, as they fly by. I love geese so much. They're oh my gosh. I had a near-death experience one time, and I almost got reborn into a goose. It's a whole story. It's a crazy story, but why am I getting so sidetracked with you guys? Are you unfocused? Do you find yourself getting easily distracted recently? Because I feel like I'm getting easily distracted doing your reading, thinking of all different types of things. And here's the thing, guys. What was I just saying? When you find yourself in that state where like you're doing this, you're doing that, you're getting easily distracted, brain fog, whatever, what is it that you are resisting? There's something that you're resisting, okay? And we all have experience of this. When you really have to do something that you don't want to do, you procrastinate, and then you focus on this, you focus on that, you focus on everything except for the thing. That's what I'm talking about, okay? When you find it hard to focus, Spirit wants you to ask yourself, what am I resisting right now? What truth am I resisting? What am I supposed to be doing or exploring that I'm trying to avoid with these distractions? That would be a powerful question for you to ask yourself this week. But anyways, this migration card says initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, and first step. Some of you may be planning a trip during this time. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you may be moving, or just overall thinking about the future. I am getting a lot of like future focus for you guys, like hardcore. This also gives me like a brand new start. So I wonder if you're gonna get any aces during the tarot portion of this reading. Also, if you have a spiritual practice that you know that you should be doing every single day, whether it's journaling, yoga, meditation, if you like vowed like, okay, I'm going to try to do this every single day, this is the week to do it every single day. Okay, you're going to feel resistance, but I am telling you, the insights that you will receive at this time will be so worth pushing through that resistance. It would change your life. And honestly, if you push through that and you do that, you'll also notice changes taking place all around you. Like spirit will start to get a little bit louder, and you'll even notice synchronicities. Like, for example, I journal every day, and if I've noticed the days I don't journal, my life just becomes a little bit of a mess. Or like I'll be waiting for something, whether it's a sale, a text back, whatever, and it won't come. And then when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do this journal, it comes in right there. When I'm putting myself into alignment with what I should be doing to take care of myself and connect with spirit, it's like the second I do that, like the universe is like, okay, here's everything that you're waiting for. But when I don't, It's like delays, and then I get frustrated. And then from that frustration, I procrastinate more. I focus on the wrong things more, and it becomes a vicious cycle. So I see you breaking out of that cycle. Anyways, we're going to get 6 tarot cards from the Zombie Tarot this week. 2 rows of 3. First card out for you is the 3 of Cups in reversed. Okay, are you committed? Sorry, I didn't mean to have a dramatic sigh with the 3 of Cups in reverse. That was just a natural tarot reader reaction that came out there subconsciously. You know, this is giving me different messages for different people, and many may apply to you, but for some reason I'm feeling for a lot of you, this may feel being a little bit disconnected from your family. I'm seeing that the strongest for some reason. So I don't know if you feel like you're the black sheep of your family, or if you had some sort of falling out, or you just feel like they're not there for you or something. It just feels like you're not seeing eye to eye. Whenever I see the 3 of Cups in reversed, it makes me think of like you're intuitively, psychically picking up that there may be some conversations going on about you behind closed doors. So it's not a good feeling here. At the very worst, this is like ultimate betrayal, like, you know, cheating, all that jazz. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that even most of you are being cheated on. Not the case. But where is your intuition feeling like there just may be more to the story that you're not hearing? Really listen into that right now, okay? That may be a good journaling question as well. Is there any area of life where you just feel like there's more to the story that's not being said? Or is there anyone in your life who you just feel like there's more there that they're not explaining? And why do you think that? And just let it flow. Honestly, oh my gosh, I've had so many like psychic predictions come through that way. So anyways, let's see the other cards. Let's get more info on this. Second card out is the Knight of Cups. Okay. All right. Knight of Cups is really good. You know, this is someone who is here to romance you, razzle dazzle you. And also, this is your creativity taking off. This is you moving forward with your creative goals and projects, being quite focused on them this week after some time of procrastinating. And someone may be coming forward, expressing their love or their desire to be your friend this week as well. So that's really cool. And we see here this zombie on the surfboard has a brain in his hand. So this to me feels like someone who really loves how smart you are and the conversations that you're able to have. Like they're really attracted to your brain, as well as other things. You know, he's dressed a little skimpily, okay? There's more attractive about you here, but what really makes this person want to move forward with you is the personality, the mental bond, which is, of course, I feel like that can apply to everyone. You know, it's that initial physical attraction, or the aesthetic that makes us want to be someone's friend, or, you know, make love to them, whatever. And then it's the brain, the personality that we're like, okay, we're going to be great friends, or this is my future hubby, my future wife right here. So I don't know, I'm seeing that energy for you guys, but it's coming after the 3 of Cups in reverse. So that tells me a lot. And this is your first card, by the way. The first card in these readings always makes me think of the past, specifically the past few weeks, months, or like year. And so you may have felt like these past, like, I don't know, like I would say 12 months. It feels intuitively more like 10 to 8 months, though I know that's very specific, like November, December, up until this point. You may have had experiences where you felt outcasted by your family, felt like the black sheep, or maybe even you were with someone who did cheat on you, who did lie, or even had friends who made you feel like there was more conversations going on behind closed doors that you were not party to. So I feel like this is your past, you know, and then someone new is coming in, and it just feels really good because it's like they're more here, like I want to move forward with you. Which makes sense because in the beginning of this reading, we had that worry, that anxiety of like, oh my God, what if the same thing happens again? Like, what if they betray me? What if they end up in the hospital? What if, you know, it's like the past is really heavily like weighing on your anxiety, guys. You are so afraid that this person, and you know what? I feel like this anxiety may have been triggered in the past few weeks. So it's like, for example, if you're afraid of being betrayed again in relationships and you recently started dating someone, you guys don't know each other. So they may have recently in the past few weeks, like maybe gave you information that you did not know. Like maybe they're still in contact with like an ex from like 10 years ago, whatever. And it's like, that triggers your anxiety. That triggers your fear of that. Oh, there's a cat. There's a little ginger cat outside. Or is that a fox? No, that's a cat. Okay. But it may not be as big of a deal than it needs to be. You know, there's that feeling that was triggered. It's coming from the past. It's coming from past fears. That's what I want to say here. Third card out is the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Being on edge. Like I said, your body itself is on edge. Not fully relaxing, especially if this is a relationship. It's like you're not letting the walls down. You're not like, you're a little tense in this connection because you're so afraid of getting hurt again. I feel like your subconscious mind is like putting these walls up, and your conscious mind is putting these walls up. Like, okay, well, like really overthinking things. If they're just gonna hurt me, use me again, I'm gonna like, not get overly involved. And it's like, this person actually genuinely wants to get to know you more. Like they're in love with your mind. They're very attracted to you. If this is romantic. And also what I want to say here is, if you are worried about someone's health or worried that another situation will happen again, Spirit is saying like the Knight of Cups, they're looking good. Okay, this is a zombie, sure. All right, they got scars, sure, but they're surfing, they're having a good time. Like, you're the one worrying here, but they're not worried at all. Like someone you're watching literally has a husband or wife, but if it feels husband, who like may have had some sort of surgery. You're just so worried about things coming back, and your husband is like, I'm fine, I'm moving, shaking, and grooving. Like, what happens. Like, you're the one worrying. They're the one that actually went through it, and they're having the time of their life. So I don't know. You may need to work through anxiety issues. Like, go to therapy, guys. Do some yoga. All right, get the stress out of your physical body, though. Like, I'm telling you, I have a whole video on that on my first channel, Lar Downs. Okay, link to that. Go on my channel, you'll see. Or in the description, you'll see the link to my other channel, and just find that video. Second row out, fourth card is the Moon in reversed. Yeah, this isn't surprising. This is literally everything we were just talking about. Anxiety, especially when it comes to the past, subconscious fears. That's like literally everything the Moon reversed talks about. My camera is just focusing on something. It ain't me. It ain't the cards. Next, we have the Chariot in reversed. Yeah, you're resisting the future here. Some of you may be dealing with someone who wants to move forward with you as well, but they may be mirroring you a little bit. You both might be a little bit fearful, or it's just you, honestly. And, it's preventing forward movement from happening, so something to think about. Final card out, Queen of Cups reversed. Exactly. This is a week to do some emotional healing. Queen of Cups is usually a very good card, very intuitive, emotionally open, with good boundaries. It may take her time to open her heart up to new people, but once you're in her heart, you'll pretty much be there forever. So but she is coming out in reversed, which gives me that energy of like having walls again up too high. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Love is wanting to come in, creative fun wanting to come in. It's like you're almost being a party pooper. I'm not trying to bully you guys. It's almost like you're being a party pooper. Like, if you have someone who's sick and you're just so worried they're gonna get sick again, like literally just go to an amusement park, go on a roller coaster. Like, that's all they want to do. Like, all they want to do is have fun. Like, stop raining on their parade. All right, stop raining on your own parade. Like, just have fun with this person, or whatever. Or it could even be like a creative goal as well. Like, you have a creative goal in mind. Maybe you have a failed business from the past or a failed project from the past, and you're like, I don't want the same thing to happen. It's like, literally just do it. Literally just have fun. All right. And really contemplate and look into the fact that you may have a problem with anxiety and stress in your body, physiologically, mental, emotional, physical connection there. Like, there may be an actual problem where there's a lot of stress in your body. So I would pay attention to that. A lot of people in today's modern day and age, they have that problem and it goes totally overlooked. And I really genuinely believe that stress and loneliness are the two major killers. Like, oh my gosh, so many issues can stem from those issues alone. So anyways, that's your reading, guys. Thanks for watching. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. And definitely like this video, comment how it resonated, subscribe again, okay? Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.